The lawsuit filed by Visha's KG against JYP Entertainment has exposed some troubling aspects of the industry and how controlling it can be. In particular, one major issue was a contract clause stating that JYP assigns personalities to idols, leading fans to question how authentic idols' personalities really are. In the K-pop industry, idols are entertainers first and foremost and performers second, so complete authenticity isn't expected of them. Most of the time, companies focus on creating appealing, marketable personas that captivate fans, as raw authenticity doesn't always translate into the charisma or charm needed for success. Because of this, idols often undergo extensive training to perfect how they present themselves, ensuring they embody the image their company wants to project. However, to some extent, this can be and is considered normal, so what has recently unsettled many is the idea of companies assigning personalities to their idols, which suggests a much deeper level of influence than previously believed. If idols are being shaped to fit predefined roles, it raises questions about where the line is drawn between authenticity and branding. Rumors about companies dictating idol behavior were once just speculation, occasionally supported by idol comments, but with recent revelations, it's become evident, at least in JYP Entertainment's case, that such control is a reality for many. To give some context, KG, a former member of the international girl group Visha, recently opened up about her troubling experiences as an artist under the US branch of JYP. She posted a lengthy Instagram story, talking about how she and the other members were allegedly harmed by the company's practices. She even claimed that one of the members had attempted to take her own life because of a few staff members. Through the story, KG also informed fans that she would be leaving the group and filing a lawsuit against the company for everything they had allegedly done to her. The revelation caught everyone off guard, especially since JYP was often viewed as the wholesome company that prioritized its artists' well-being. However, KG's allegations completely shattered this image, leaving fans questioning everything they thought they knew about the company. Little did they know, it would only get worse. As part of a lawsuit, details of KG's contract have surfaced online, sparking a viral reaction. The contract revealed strict restrictions. Members were not allowed to change their hairstyles or hair color without approval, alter their skin tone through tanning, or get piercings or tattoos without the company's consent. However, the most shocking part about the contract was that it detailed how the company could assign certain personalities to the members, and then they would have to change their appearance or demeanor to fit with the character. As mentioned though, this revelation wasn't all that shocking to some, especially considering that similar practices are also common in the Western entertainment industry. The Spice Girls are a great example of this, with each member creating a bold, unique style that reflected their public image. Melanie, known as Sporty Spice, often wore tracksuits with sneakers, styled her long dark hair in a high ponytail, and embraced a tough girl vibe with tattoos. She also showed off her athletic skills on stage with moves like back handsprings and high kicks. In contrast, Victoria, or Posh Spice, was recognized for her sleek brunette bob, her calm demeanor, a signature pout, and her chic figure-hugging designer outfits. However, while this practice isn't new in the industry, many fans weren't aware that it was included as a clause in their contracts. As one user wrote, "We've been new, but seeing it written down with legal terms is still quite disturbing." As you can see, this part of the contract started a lot of discourse online, with people bringing up other past instances of idols talking about companies assigning them personas and characters and how restricting it had been for them. We're not sure if the personality clauses were officially in the contract or just recommendations from higher-ups, but we do know how the idols felt about them. From what fans have seen, a detached and stoic image seems to be one of the most common personalities companies assign to idols, particularly in the second generation. When SHINee debuted, it was said that the company assigned them personalities. Jonghyun, for instance, was said to have been presented as a bad boy, while Minho was portrayed as quiet and mysterious. However, years later, Minho revealed that SM Entertainment had actually created this image for him. He even said that he wasn't allowed to speak at an event because the company was set on him selling this personality to the public. However, it wasn't long before Minho's personality started shining through, making fans fall in love with him even more. Infinite's L is another idol who has discussed the fact that his company told him to act like somebody he wasn't. In an interview with Star News back in 2019, he shared that a lot of people were under the impression that he was cold and aloof, which is an image that was decided by the company. L indicated that he was encouraged to stay quiet in interviews, letting the other members respond to questions. Rather than making him seem cold, the goal appeared to be creating a distant, aloof persona. He added, "I tried to do what they had in mind, but on reality shows, my real personality would come out sometimes. That's why people thought I had two personalities." Former A-Pink member Naeun, a second-generation idol, also had pretty much the same experience. Naturally very shy, Naeun struggled with fan interactions and felt uneasy around strangers. Her reserved nature was often misinterpreted as being cold, which the company used to craft an Ice Queen image for her. They encouraged her to appear quiet quiet and even limited her speaking during interviews and variety shows, fearing it might break the reserved maknae persona they had created for her. Meanwhile, other members were sent to represent the group in such appearances. Naeun never openly expressed how she felt about having this image forced on her, but being told not to speak during interviews likely affected her opportunities. It also led some fans and netizens to label her as dull and boring, with many criticizing her personality and taking jabs at her for not being as fun as the other members. Even BTS wasn't immune to this. Jin, the oldest member, shared that early in his career, the company told him to stay quiet and play the role of the handsome, mysterious member to maintain a certain image for fans, essentially making him the group's living doll. But anyone who's seen BTS content knows this couldn't be further from Jin's true personality. He's loud, outgoing, funny, and always steals the spotlight with his vibrant energy. It's clear that he didn't feel like himself whenever he was in public and had to be quiet for the sake of upholding the image the company had created for him. It was during the Fire era that Jin made the decision to break free from the persona the company had given him, as he realized that it was better to just be himself. There are other cases of this, such as NCT's Renjun being told to act as the innocent member, ATEEZ's San being made to carry a plush dog around to convince fans that he's the cute one, and Girls' Generation Sohyun being assigned the cute, innocent maknae image. One of the most severe cases involved Twice's Jonghyun, who's also a JYP Entertainment idol just like KG. If you have been a K-pop fan since Twice debuted, you would know that Jonghyun was known for her short hair and more tomboyish style, since the company wanted her to be the girl crush member. Fans even started calling Jonghyun Oppa and handsome, seeing her as more masculine than feminine at the time, but she strongly disliked it. In 2016, she shared that she was originally named Yoo Kyung-won, but changed it legally after facing teasing and harassment because her name sounded masculine. It's clear she didn't want to be labeled the tomboy of the group, yet that was the image she had to stick with. Her look was kept boyish with short hair and masculine clothes, and the nickname Oppa hurt her so much that she cried when a fan used it. Luckily, she eventually returned to being herself and moved forward in her career, though it was clear she disliked that chapter of her life. At some point, she said that she didn't want to cut her hair short and started talking about how she enjoyed looking pretty and wearing dresses, something she wasn't allowed to do in the past. Since then, Jonghyun has embraced short hair and more tomboyish clothes, but this time it was her choice, not something the company imposed on her. It's obvious this style is truly her, but back then she hated being forced into it. Now she embraces it on her own terms. This is the case for most idols. They are often given a carefully crafted persona by their company, focusing on whatever trait is most marketable at the time, such as the sweet one or the mysterious one. However, as they grow in their careers, they eventually shed these labels, embracing their true selves once they no longer need to play the part. Assigned personas can actually benefit some idols. Not everyone wants their true personality exposed to fans, and a company-created image provides a layer of privacy. With every aspect of their lives under constant scrutiny, it's reasonable for idols to want to keep certain parts of themselves hidden. Sometimes they might not even have a personality that's easy to market, so companies try to create one that feels relatable. Unfortunately, this often leads to over-the-top decisions, as companies rarely approach these things sensibly. Forcing idols to stay silent, change their appearance, and dress against their will is already extreme, so finding out these restrictions are actually written into their contracts was both surprising and deeply unsettling. Now that KG has opened up against the industry standards and their messed up way of handling things, people are even more worried about what other things idols' contracts include that they didn't get the chance to see. Thankfully, artists are now raising their voices about harmful contracts, pushing companies to rethink how they treat their talent. This shift might finally make agencies realize that their old ways of operating without accountability are no longer acceptable today and change things for the better.